The studio is electric here in College Park as we bring you all yet another Terps Esports broadcast. My name is Adam, aka AD4MST.
And my name is Alex, aka Gumi, and it is a great night indeed for some Terps Premier League of Legends action.
That's right, Alex. We've got a great pre-show for you all this evening, and we're very excited to get into the action.
But before we get into the action, let's go over the rules of your typical League of Legends match. If you've never played the game before, League is a multiplayer online battle arena, also known as a MOBA. 5 players on each team battle it out on Summoner's Rift. There's monsters in the jungles, minions in the lanes, and turrets to be destroyed. Victory is achieved upon destroying the opposing team's nexus.
For this league match, the Terps are competing in a best-of-3 fearless draft against the Wanderers of the University of Western Ontario.
It's important to note that this is the quarterfinals of the playoffs. It's a double eliminations bracket, so if tonight ends in a loss, it won't be the end of the NECC road for the Terps. However, I have faith that our Terps League of Legends squad will pull through, as we have been undefeated up until this point in NECC.
So now that you know who we're facing and what's at stake, it's time for us to introduce you to the players of the Terps League of Legends team. First, we have Viet Mike. He is the enabler of the League of Legends team, and he makes some really great plays that allows the rest of the team to go in after him.
Yep. Second up, we've got Super Fat Mushroom on the ADC, going to be in that carry position. Hopefully the rest of the team will be able to come around him and lead to an easy victory.
And then next up we have Zero Domain, our mid laner. We've seen him dominate the mid lane, and he's just been a very great player, making sure he's going both top and bot to help other lanes get ahead.
Moving on, we got Cat with a Gun in the jungle, always a reliable player. I have never seen this man not perform, no matter what champion he is on. Just making sure his teams get ahead, making sure the lanes are even. He's such an impressive player, and I can't wait to see more from him tonight.
That's right, and last but not least, we have Kashawn Robinson, our very own top laner. Every game we've seen, I've never seen him lose a 1v1. Yeah, it's pretty insane. He's always dominant in the top lane, and he allows the team to get ahead.
Yeah.
And speaking of the team, tonight we have the pleasure of interviewing our team support, Viet Mike. But first, here are some clips from previous games. Enjoy. That's static. All right, so here we are joined by Viet Mike, our very own support.
Thank you.
So, the first question I have for you is, how does it feel being the first seed going into playoffs?
It feels good. You know, since the common denominator of this season is me, it's understandable that we're the first seed going into this playoffs. I'm the difference maker. Let's be real. All
right, and I have another question for you.
Yep.
What professional player do you look up to the most?
The one and only Kirio from SKT, or I guess T1, because, you know, I learned all my mechanics from him, the strategies. But, you know, big shout out to the professional player, Coach White. You know, he teaches me a lot too.
Yeah, and Kirio has just won the World Championship.
Yep,
so
just like we will.
Oh, all right. Would you rather have 5 8 a.m. classes or stay on campus until 9 p.m. every day?
Well, as a League of Legends player that's very committed to the cause, I stay till Ritchie Coliseum at 9 p.m. every single day anyways, so that will have to be my choice.
Oh, so you got a lot of training down.
Yep, lots of training.
Well, thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been a pleasure.
Of course.
If you have anything else you want to say, now would be your chance.
Support number 1.
All right. Thank you all. We'll see you in draft.
Thank you.
I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together. Everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game, and so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Off game, or will Red turn things around?
Terp Adventures. Take flight at Stamp. Host to countless Maryland events, programs, performances, and more. Feed your body, feed your mind, feed your soul. Let your talents soar. Dance, sing, perform, find your thing. Join more than 800 student organizations and clubs. Find community here. Leadership lives here. Art thrives here. With space to grow. We're all just kids at heart. Let your imagination fly. Compete. Play. With wings on our feet. Here your spirit can fly. Here your soul lifts up. Here you remember those who came before. This is STAM. This is the Center for Campus Life, where Terp adventures take flight. You belong here. Come fly with us.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Terps League of Legends stream. We are now, obviously, we're in the booth, but we're going to get into game in just a couple minutes here. But, Adam, obviously, as I've stated many times before, I'm a visitor here in the League of Legends scene, but you are a resident expert. So, what do you think we are going to see today from the Terps? What do you think we're going to see today from our opponents? What are we going to see? What do you think?
Yeah, so as we all know, the Terps League of Legends team have been undefeated before coming into playoffs. And now that we are in playoffs, I expect that even though the competition may be a bit trickier, now we'll probably see still a large domination of these games. Right now it's still best of 3, so there will be a maximum of 3 games. But there's a fun fact, the Terps have never lost a single game even out of the best of 3. So
interesting.
They're technically, although they're 6-0, they're also technically 12-0 in all their matches. And here we've gotten into the draft a bit, so we can already see that UMD locked in Zero Domain's Silas, and his Silence has been dominating every game. But the thing is, this is also a fearless draft, so this is the only game he'll be able to go Silas. But might as well get it out early so we can secure the first win and I believe they're feeling confident because we could also see that Cat with the gun is going Kane. He's really great at Kane. And Kashawn Robinson on UMD is became Renekton.
Yeah, but from the opposing side, we're going to see that Skarner, Cassante, and that Vex. Cassante, I know, very tanky presence in the top lane. Very, debatably a broken presence in the top lane. So I know he might be able to give Renekton a run for his money.
Yeah, and Skarner is a really strong pick this meta still. But since Skarner was picked before Kane, Cat with the gun was probably confident in picking the Kane. He'll probably be going. This is a great game for Kane if he gets his red form early, just to get the early lead. And we also see WW, the Western Wanderers. They are going Vex mid lane as well. That would be matching up against the Sylas. I guess that's a safe pick to go against the Sylas. And we also see Western Wanderers locking in Kai'Sa. And Kai'Sa has been pretty strong throughout. If we observe the bans, we see that UMD has banned Galio. That would have been a strong pick for Western Wanderers to go against Sylas, but since it's gone, unfortunately, Western Wanderers does not have that option. What do you think about this so far?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm seeing these bot lane picks come in, and I really, really do like this Tristana pick. I think Tristana has quite the edge over Kai'Sa, especially because Tristana is just able to do these like massive burst damage, while Kai'Sa kind of has to take her time to get the stacks. And it's all coming down to the support picks right now. The only two picks we have not seen are these support picks. And we are going to see that Rel, Viet Mike's signature Rel, coming out from UMD.
The biggest moment he's had on Rel in the early season was when he stole Baron that we keep talking about. That was insane. We might see it again, both Sylas and Rel on the same team once again. And we're going to see a Camille support here.
Camille support?
Yeah, probably.
What do you think about that?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I feel like going Camille support here into Rel might actually be the move for Western Wanderers, as they could get that damage off and counter engage off from the Rel. But like you're saying, I really like the Tristana pick here, because although Kai'Sa has like a lot of DPS, the Tristana can easily go in, burst down the Kai'Sa, and then get out. But now that Western Wanderers has Camille, it might be a bit trickier for this to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And I honestly, something I really want to look at here is this Kayn pick, especially going into this game, because Kayn can really only get his red points from the top lane from Cassante and from Camille in the bot lane. So really, mid lane is just going to be a 1v1 fight, at least until he gets his red form, which will be like, how long would you say it takes? 6, 7, 8 minutes if you play it correctly. So we're definitely going to see this Kayn looking to gank this bot side and this top side, which means the mid lane is just going to be an all-out 1v1 against the Vex and the Sylas, which we know Zero Domain can hold his own. But actually, yeah, I'm curious about this. How does Vex hold up in a 1v1 against Sylas?
So I'd say Vex, as long as Vex doesn't get hit by the chains, Vex has the ability to outpoke Sylas, but then Zero Domain is always looking for that engage angle, so what we'll probably see is him going in and chunking the Vex.
Yeah. Sylas just has so much burst damage, it's almost crazy.
Yeah.
And if the Vex just steps up just one little bit too much, he could just go down in an instant. And I'm honestly, that's what you want to see from our Zero Domain here. But yeah, getting into game, we are going to see, honestly, I'm very excited to see this match.
Yeah.
A lot of champions I have not really seen so far. Like, I mean, Tristana, Kayn, heck, even like Renekton has kind of fallen out of favor.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see the Renekton versus Cassante. We were talking about that before. We'll see. I know Renekton, he has a lot of early damage going into the fights, and then uses his R to get that sustain. But what we'll see from the Cassante is he'll go all out and then start doing more damage to Renekton, and then it'll kind of be a whoever can last the longest at that point afterwards.
Right. It's just going to be an all-out punching fight in the top lane, just to see who is tankier, who can do more damage.
But I don't doubt Kashawn Robinson. He's performed every game, like we're saying before. Kashawn Robinson, even if he falls behind at the start, he's not going to – I don't expect him to be dying, even if he's being pushed back into tower. He knows how to play around the waves. So he'll still, like, get ahead eventually. And I don't expect the Cassante to be that big of a problem, especially with Cat with a gun on his Kayn. Once he gets that red form, he easily keep the Cassante in place and doing a lot of max HP damage.
That is true. That is true. I think Kayn is honestly a super fun pick because you can play it either way. Now, I know blue Kayn isn't the most viable, but how sick would it be if we were to see a blue Kayn?
If we saw blue Kayn and he's dropped 30 kills.
I mean, come on. Come on. You can take out that Kaisa in one hit, man. That's like the hyper carry for this team.
Yeah.
Or even the Vex. It's
I mean, we do have peel from Viet Mike's Rel that we don't need Kayn to peel for, but I think the best part about Kayn is, in fact, the max the percent HP damage that he does to champions, and knowing that he's going against Skarner, this comes into play a lot because Skarner is gonna get very tanky if not taken care of early. So.
Yeah, Skarner in the jungle obviously has a lot of CC with his ultimate and his slowing effects, but not, correct me if I'm wrong here, but not someone who is known for doing a lot of damage. So he's mostly there for like the support. Meanwhile, Kayn kind of has it all. He kind of has the CC on the W if you go red for him. He has the ultimate to go untargetable and heal himself. So honestly, I think it might just be jungle diff.
Yeah, well, the thing with Skarner is he eventually does a lot of damage once he gets enough stacks on his Heartsteel. I believe a lot of his abilities skill off his max HP. So, but earlier he might have like an early damage just if he's able to correctly stun someone using his E. What he does is he runs through them and then puts them into a wall. So
yeah, you know, it's kind of funny because both the junglers here use walls.
Yeah,
wall hacking.
Yeah, they both could go. That'd be so funny if they're both going in through the wall at the same time, and then.
I wonder how that that interaction would work.
Yeah,
Kayn would probably lose that.
I feel like Kayn. Well, the thing is, Kayn would just be. Yeah, Kayn would lose it because Skarner, once he runs into someone, he'll take them. So if they met in the wall, Kayn would unfortunately.
It'd be kind of funny.
Fall victim.
It'd be an easy way to counter gank, or just to stop your bot lane just from two unstoppable forces and just. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we're shortly getting into game. We still have to wait for that small delay. So, do you have any predicts for the of first initial fight that might break out?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I do think UMD is gonna have the edge if an early fight does break out. Just mostly because Vex takes a while to get going. I mean, you know, like any mage, she kind of needs items to do a lot of damage, and while she might get a lot of value from her passive because we've got a bunch of dashes on the UMD squad, we've got honestly dashes on every single champion here, I just think that it might take a while for her to get going to actually start doing the real damage. Plus Tristana early game has lots of that burst damage, and you know, as I say, it looks like we are going to see this this bot lane positioning from the Western Wanderers, just looking out for this bot lane, but they are going to recall.
Yeah, it looks like they want to see if UMD's bot lane would be waiting in a bush. So they're not going to do invade. I guess they just wanted to potentially counter cheese there. But if we look at Cat with a gun, he always does the strat on Kayn every game. I'm not sure if Western Wanderers are aware of this, but what he does is he always invades, but here it looks like he might run into Skarner, but we'll have to see. He doesn't have... it doesn't look like he has it warded.
Are we going to see a level 1 fight between the Skarner and the Kayn?
I think he knows he's there, so yeah. Guy with a gun. He was going to go for the early invade, but he's not going to beat Skarner.
And we're looking at an early fight bot lane. In goes the Camille, stuns the Rel, but Viet Mike goes back in with a counter. The bomb goes off on the Rel, ignites her traded, but Viet Mike falls dangerously low. The flash goes out, and the Kaisa finds the first blood, leaving the Tristana in this 1v2. But will Superfat Mustard be able to find the trade kill? Goes for the Camille, and I think the bomb is going to be able to find it, but yes, he will be able to find it, and both ADCs are so low here. What an explosive fight going on bot lane.
Yeah, that was pretty much an even trade for the ADCs. Both supports ended up dying. The Ignites coming out early.
Level 2! The level 2 from Tristana comes out, and she might be able to get the kill on the Kaisa. She does have the barrier still, and we're not seeing much in the kill feed, but looking at the top lane, Keyshawn Robinson on this Renekton, pressuring this Cassante very heavily. What an explosive match from the get-go.
That's right, and getting this Tristana this early of a lead, Tristana still has the ability to go in next time everything's up there. Probably wait till level 3, wait for Viet Mike to engage, and meanwhile top lane.
Oh no, Keyshawn Robinson sort of getting baited in there, and he's going to go down just as we were singing his praises.
Yeah, like I said, he's never lost a 1v1, but unfortunately getting ganked by a
But
jungle doesn't count.
2v1 is different. Exactly.
Yeah, 2v1, I mean, he has to wait a bit to... He's not going to win a 2v1 when he's this early in the game, only level 3, but eventually we'll probably see it, and we're seeing a lot of poke that we expected from Vex onto Zero Domain.
Yeah, but look at this positioning from Cat with a Gun's Cane here. Are they looking to dive the bot? Yes, they're looking for this level 3 dive on this bot side. They know that the Kai'Sa does not have flash. She does have the barrier still. Barrier comes out, and it is not enough to save her, but unfortunately, Viet Mike falls once again, but I think that's a trade that you're willing to take. Flash comes out from the Skarner, slows the Cane, and it's looking like Cat with a Gun is going to fall as well. His flash is down, and it is possible that Camille with the stun, yeah, 3 for 1 on the side of Western Wanderers coming out on top of that. How unfortunate that the aggression from UMD gets so severely punished.
Yeah, Super Fat Mushroom almost got enough charges on the bomb to be able to kill, maybe potentially kill Kai'Sa and then get the reset jump out of there, the rocket jump. But what we're seeing in the bot lane, that was a very risky move. It paid off at the start until they realized that they're not able to get out from under the turret. And Zero Domain here has to be very careful. He's about to get ganked by Skarner. Skarner's probably going to go cancel the recall. He's going to go in.
Oh, the stun! Oh, what a play from Zero Domain.
Yeah, that was very well played. He was able to get the chains onto Skarner and pick up a free kill under tower. I do not think Skarner expected to be getting hit by tower. Maybe he was probably trying to weave in between the tower ranges. Did not work out in that moment. Also probably didn't expect Zero Domain to have that long of a range on his chains. But.
Oh, the cancel from the Camille, but the jump comes in from the Tristana. Looks like we're going to see another all-out fight, and the damage from the Tristana is huge. The BF sword from the Tristana is going to be able to wipe the bot lane for Western Wanderers, and that is another double kill going over to the Tristana. 3 kills.
Yeah, although it seemed like UMD fell behind in the bot lane earlier, what we saw is Super Fat Mushroom was able to get 2 kills, whereas Kai'Sa only had 1. So the first backs were not from Kai'Sa. Top Spoon was not as strong as Super Fat Mushrooms, and what that allowed is Tristana also probably looking to build Infinity Edge first, and Infinity Edge has a lot more damage than what Kai'Sa usually goes. I believe Kai'Sa goes Static Shiv first, and that has less damage, but at least a more movement speed and attack speed. So right now, Super Fat Mushroom is able to get the extra burst damage off, and this allows Super Fat Mushroom to they're going to start picking up a lot more kills, and with the help of Viet Mike's great engages, we'll see a lot more kills happening in the bot lane, I believe.
Yeah, so smart from Viet Mike, sort of knowing that he can make these engages. He said in the interview, #1 support, and she's really coming out of the gate swinging, backing up that claim. And it looks like we are going to see a bit of a lane swap here. Bot lane is going to swap to the top lane, while the Renekton is going to take a journey down to the bot lane. Interesting here, and we do see Western Wanderers going for this dragon. I doubt we're going to see a contest, but UMD smartly decides to trade back the Void Grubs. We are going to see an engage here on the mid lane. Oh, the CC chain, and the Vex can't even flash. What a perfect CC combo coming out from Zero Domain and Viet Mike.
We are already off to a very dominant game from UMD. Although they fell behind a bit at the start, it didn't really matter since they got that lead that they need to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, UMD, I was a little skeptical at the start, I'm not going to lie to you, but it seems like UMD is making all the right decisions, and honestly, I just have to talk about Viet Mike some more. Like, he is part of 5 out of the 6 kills that have happened this game on the side of UMD, and that's impressive.
That's right. These rotations from Viet Mike are very smart, and also the rotation of the lane swap between the top and bot lane on the Terps side. I mean, this allows they're adding a lot of pressure to this Cassante. Maybe Keyshawn Robinson knows he's not really able to get fight Cassante that well, so it's probably better for him to go in the bot lane where he could possibly handle this. I mean, it's kind of like an equal swap since now both top laners are 1v2ing. But here in the bot lane, I see on the mini map we're about to probably get a tower dive on Kashawn Robinson. Kashawn Robinson does have ultimate up. They're gonna go for an engage here.
Oh, finds the Skarner, the stun comes out, and the Kaisa ult comes out, but the ult from the Renekton comes out to possibly save his life, but he will go down. Only the Kayn is there, and he's gonna get impaled by the Skarner. And that is a double kill for Western Wanderers, putting them slightly in the lead in this match.
Yeah, so what I think happened there is Kashawn Robinson and Cat with a Gun probably thought they had more damage, especially with Kashawn Robinson's ult, but we still have to keep in mind that yeah, the Camille support that Respite locked in is able to get there very quickly and stun them for a while and start doing true damage. And I mean, that kind of put Maryland behind just a little bit. It's now even in goals, so this is now back to being anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, this is completely even in gold, and we're going to see Zero Domain here looking for this engage onto the Vex, dropping so dangerously low, but unfortunately with the missed stun, it means that the Vex will get out with barely 1 HP, but here comes the Camille engage onto Zero Domain. Ignite comes out, but she might not have enough damage. Flash and the stun, the dodge from the Vexar, and Zero Domain, whew, just barely making it out of that one alive.
That was a great dodge. If he got hit by that, it was over.
It was over, and oh, Skarner in the enemy jungle. Oh, his wall dash got canceled, and looks like the Kayn and the Tristana will be able to clean up this fight. Vietmike looking ahead to the Camille, and Keyshawn Robinson is here to block off any potential runners, but the Skarner is going to be able to flash out while Respite on the Camille is going to take the fall for that. And look at this. Love Sick Candy on the Vex. Oh, what a turnaround from the Vex. So unfortunate from Zero Domain. They're perhaps getting a little bit too greedy, but now this Vex is going to get cornered. And oh.
Yeah, Zero Domain didn't have the damage to go through that shield.
So
was
a bit extensive,
out of mana. Now Vietmike's able to get a nice stun. Sean Robinson just out of range of the cube, but eventually they pick it up. I really liked how Vietmike was playing that fight. We saw Vietmike ignoring the Skarner. I mean, Skarner is very tanky. He's not going to be taking that much damage from Vietmike. Vietmike knew he shouldn't be wasting resources on trying to lock down the Skarner. Skarner had flash anyways. He flashed over the wall. What Vietmike did in the end was go find that Vex, try to kill the Vex. Unfortunately, didn't kill the Vex early on, but allowed Vietmike to be in position to use the stun to eventually lock down the Camille and everyone else that died in that fight.
Yeah, but while all this is happening in the top lane, you do have to keep in mind that Tristana has just been farming these plates, farming the CS. She has so much gold. On top of the 4 kills that she already has, and I really hope that the Terps can take that lead and snowball it to a victory. But here comes another engage on the Skarner, dropping dangerously low, and it seems like the Western Wanderers are just going to smartly let him fall. And now the Void Grubs are just going to go over to UMD for relatively free because the Skarner is dead.
Yeah, and we also see Kashawn Robinson using his Dominus, the ultimate ability on Renekton. I guess he was probably getting poked down, probably looking to turn that fight to really get a great chance to see what was happening. But his ult is now down, so yeah, he does have to play a bit safer than he would, but I believe he's going to look for a slice and dice here to get through the minions. But Kaisa is aware and is backing off. Meanwhile, in the top lane, these plays are great.
Oh my gosh, these Void Grubs just chunking the turret, and looks like the first turret is going to go over to UMD, and all that gold funneled into the Tristana. This Tristana is so unbelievably strong right now.
Yeah, so much was happening. I didn't even realize that we secured 6 scrubs on the Terps, and that allows the towers to just get absolutely demolished.
Yeah, but all the while, it seems like Western Wanderers have decided to prioritize these dragons, and looks like the Terps have just decided to. Oh, I could be mistaken. No, Cat with a Gun with the Kayn just sitting in this wall. Oh, but the stun comes out from the Camille, and the dash over the wall comes out from the Skarner. The stun finds one, Vex dashes in, but Vietmike with the 3-person ult, and the cleanup from the Terps is huge. 2 go down from the Western Wanderers. The flash from Lovesick Candy will not be able to let him survive. And the double kill from the Tristana once again, and the Terps are going to get the dragon. And that's an absolutely huge swing of momentum for the Terps.
That was a great use of hijack from Zero Domain on Silas, because he was able to steal Skarner's ultimate and make sure that Western was locked down. Even though Skarner ultimate came out on Kayn, Zero Domain was able to use it, make sure that everyone else was gonna ult it as well, and that allowed for the rest of the team to come up and follow up, and we saw a lot of damage from the burst on Stana, and yep, Mike had a great ultimate there, and meanwhile, as I'm talking, Skarner is just getting caught out in his own jungle. I guess he wanted to get Gronk.
Oh my gosh, they're making this Skarner's life absolutely miserable. It is so hard to play when you're just constantly being hunted like a wild Skarner, honestly, at this point. And oh, perhaps Yundy getting a little bit overzealous here. Oh, but the barrier's going to come out and save Super Fat Mushroom at the very last second, and he's going to smartly decide to back off with the support of his team. Oh, the snipe from the Kaisa. The W from Top Soon, that was an absolutely crazy snipe, and that shutdown is going to go over to the Kaisa.
Yeah. And after everything that's happened, UMD has secured a 3K lead, and this just kind of shows like why the Terps are seed 1 in the playoffs. They have just been absolutely destroying every game, and we are seeing it once again here. Although they make some questionable moves that we've seen, it always pays off in the end for them.
Yeah, I just honestly, it feels like they're making the right call every single time. They're always being able to...
They're thinking 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, 2 steps ahead. Always 2 steps ahead.
And now, what this allows it, we see that both Silas and Tristana are on 6 kills. So, I mean, the carry's already fed. Zero Domain having that this big of a lead on Silas, his main champion. I don't know, I'm surprised teams let it through.
Yeah, I mean, this Silas is just so... I mean, Silas in general is just kind of a disgusting champion. I mean, that champ outputs so much burst damage. It's so hard to play against. And now we see Terps get a relatively uncontested... Oh, I hope it's a relatively uncontested Rift Herald, and now Zero Domain dashing it on the Skarner. But as they collect the Rift Herald, the Camille goes in, all for naught, unfortunately, in the bot lane for Western Wanderers is going to fall. And now I think this gives a bit of an opportunity for the Rift Herald to be used. It looks like they are going to use to crack open this mid turret.
Yeah, tier 1 mid tower here is very crucial. It opens the ability, opens the map so
my god!
And all out from Cassante. Kane has to now go into Umbral Trespass.
Yeah, but it seems like it's not even going to work out. And oh my gosh, that anti-synergy there. I believe Wu on that Cassante took Cat with the Guns Kane out of the Impale ultimate from the Skarner. That is so unfortunate. But the counterplay, I mean, maybe it was a miscommunication. Maybe it was just excitement on the side of Western Wanderers, but you gotta admit, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, and we see Zero Domain is holding on to the Pale ability. He might be using it in this upcoming fight if they turn, but it looks like they're just going to run away. Zero Domain and Cat with the Gun are both low on mana, so might as well get a nice reset here. I believe he should have the ability up for the next fight as well. I'm not sure when it will be expiring, but honestly, having the ability on Silas to steal Skarner ultimate is really crucial because, I mean, it's won them a lot of the fights. Like the last fight we saw where it happened. It's just a great ability to have, especially when you're able to get so up close with Silas.
Yeah, for sure. Just this Silas pick just proving to be, I mean, Zero Domain in general is just an insurmountable opponent, but this Silas in specific is just something you have to look at.
Respiti might be getting caught out here. Trying to get the vision, but
yeah,
I guess they're trying to set up for the next dragon that will be spawning. The next dragon is spawning in 40 seconds.
Yeah, but it looks like Terps have focused their sights on this bot turret, which is, you know, the correct decision here. Just make sure, just slowly choke out your opponent, but look at this engaged Zero Domain going for the stun and taking the Camille's ultimate is going to be able to isolate her from the rest of her squad, and she is going to go down, Respite once again getting caught. Oh, so unfortunate, and just Western Wanderers just cannot seem to find their foothold in this fight.
Yeah, and Silas is now going top to test this. But what we've seen there is, like, UMD is just able to find their target, go for it, and then they move on to the next target. And that...
Oh, they're trying to find a dodge, but Zero Domain dodging both of the ultimates that come out. Does get hit by the Kaisa W. Killer Instinct comes out from top soon here, but I think Zero Domain is just going to smartly run away, and this is almost desperation coming out from the Western Wanderers as Viet Mike finds a pick on the Camille once again as the Terps just get this dragon for relatively free.
Yeah, that drag was definitely free because, especially since Garner is topside with Kaisa here. I like to point out when Viet Mike is running away, he purposely misses his abduct, his second E command, and that's because he wants to make sure he's not trying to turn. We just saw Deshaun Robbins get caught out, unfortunately. But when Silas doesn't use his abduct or the second cast of E on the champion, it makes him not, like, he doesn't, I guess it has trade-offs, he misses the ability, but what it allows is his dash cooldown on the ability to come back up sooner, so that was purposely used so he could get away. And yeah, UMD still has that 6K lead going for them right now. I believe they might be, I guess the next move for them would be to push up and then possibly look for that Baron. This Baron, after they get it, definitely end the game. And here we see a flash.
The double flash! Or the double, the double knockup from the flash. But Cat with the gun just going in, absolutely not caring for his life. And even though he is going to get taken down, that is a double kill on the bot lane once again, just sort of pushing them further and further into the dirt until they can no longer breathe. I mean, it feels like this Western Wanderers squad is just being choked out by UMD.
Yeah, they cannot catch a break. These engagers are very great for UMD. They have every time they engage, they have great CC on Western, and Western, whoever is getting caught by it is just not able to get out in time. And since both Tristana and Salas are very fed on the Terp side, what happens is once they get hit by the CC, they just get instantly bursted by one of those two.
Yeah, this Tristana is so deadly, and honestly, if Western Wanderers have any chance at this game, their goal is going to be to lock down this Tristana, use that Hextech ultimatum on her, perma-fear her with the Vex. You got to do everything in your power to take down that Tristana, and unfortunately, it's just not happening because the Terps are taking fights on their behalf. They are deciding and dictating the pace of this match, and honestly, you love to see it.
Oh, we're about to see Zero Domain possibly 1v1 this Garner, but he does not want to go for Baron is up right now. I believe he's just looking there so he can avoid them from getting close and scouting out.
Yep, Skarner E did come out. That Ixtal impact, the push and stun, did come out, so he won't be able to jump across the Baron pit. But it looks like UMD is honestly using this Baron fight as a device to sort of turn on this enemy squad. They are slightly surrounded here from both sides, but looks like Zero Domain is going to take the engage on this fight. The stun from the Skarner comes out, and another 4-man, a lovely ultimate coming out from Viet Mike. Unfortunately, he will fall, but this is a mess of a fight. And oh my gosh, the damage from the Tristana was not enough. And Zero Domain goes in to try to be a hero, but unfortunately, the UMD squad will fall, and that is a crazy blunder on the side of UMD.
That was a great surprise. I believe what we saw there, the biggest part of the fight definitely was no one was really getting on top of Vex there. And Vex, although they were behind, they're still a very strong champion, able to do a lot of burst damage with their abilities. We saw Cat with a gun was on Baron for quite a while there, got off a bit late, was around half health. By the time he got into the fight, he just got destroyed by Lovesick Candy. And now Lovesick Candy is closing the gap on Zero Domain. However, the UMD still has the goal lead. Kane using his ultimate to do a lot of damage on Camille. I guess they're going to try preparing another, or they're not going to try doing Baron, but they'll probably just set up the area, get vision around it. We see that Zero Domain and Deshaun Robinson are both in silence, but they both also have teleport. So, it looks like, yep, Zero Domain is going to teleport here. And this Baron, I mean, what we see a lot of times from UMD is once they lose a fight, they now know how they can do better in the next fight. So hopefully they've learned from that, and we'll probably see a very similar thing happen this time around. But I believe this time around UMD will win.
Oh,
and we see a
my
nice engage
God.
from Mike. And one goes down there, another Renekton is chasing. Sean Robertson picks up a kill there.
Another massive engage from Viet Mike, and you know what? That looks more like it. An absolute wipe coming out from UMD, and we're just gonna get a bit of a replay here. Viet Mike's 3-man ultimate just distracting the backline, while Cat with a gun on, or sorry, not Cat with a gun, Super Fat Mushroom on that Tristana just tears down the front line, and just beautiful work from both Viet Mike and Zero Domain to just target down the backline, make it so that the Western Wanderers have no damage left. And now we are looking at seeing an end to this game. Viet Mike will fall, but I think that is going to be it as the right tower goes down, left tower soon to fall, and that Nexus finally is going to go down, ticking. The Western Wanderers trying to defend, but that is going to be game 1. Going over to the Terps.
The Terps still undefeated. What I like to from this game is we see, even though the Terps are capable of still making mistakes, what happens is they quickly learn from their mistakes, and then they eventually just win the whole game from it. Like, one mistake, they repeated it, they just did the same thing, won the game. Yeah. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next in game 2. We have, this is a best of 3, so there's potentially 2 more games, but if the Terps win the next game, then they will be winning this quarterfinal. So we'll see you all again after this break.
See ya.
Terp Adventures take flight at STAM. Host to countless Maryland events, programs, performances, and more. Feed your body, feed your mind, feed your soul. Let your talents soar. Dance, sing, perform, find your thing. Join more than 800 student organizations and clubs. Find community here. Leadership lives here. Art thrives here. With space to grow. We're all just kids at heart. Let your imagination fly. Compete. Play. With wings on our feet. Here your spirit can fly. Here your soul lifts up. Here you remember those who came before. This is STAM. This is the Center for Campus Life, where Terp adventures take flight. You belong here. Come fly with us.
And I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together, everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game, and so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Off game, or will Red turn things around?
Your ad tech stack is simple, streamlined, and easy to manage, right? Yeah, right. If you're in ad tech, then you know you have a problem. Ad tech is messy, and your tech stack includes way too many tools to effectively manage. At Playwire, we're here to uncomplicate your ad tech stack. We've consolidated the entire publisher ad tech stack into a single platform and added in proprietary technology and advanced tools to generate you even higher CPMs. Get access to an ad tech stack that is simpler and smarter.
All right, we are back, and this is the start of the draft for our game 2. We already see that Cat with a Gun is going his Nidalee, so it's kind of insane how they let him get Kane the first game and then Nidalee the second game.
Yeah.
It might be a scouting error on Western's part, but what do you think about that?
I think it's over.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I've seen enough of Cat with a Gun Nidalee to know that it's not quite a cat with a gun, but more like a leopard with a gun. Yeah, because those spears are deadly. So,
Yeah.
and we're also seeing a Leona pick coming out from this UMD squad. Probably another Viet Mike special. I mean, he's just so good at these engaged supports. Like you guys obviously saw last game, and Leona is honestly no different. But from this other team squad, we're gonna see a Corky and not quite seeing. Oh, we're gonna see that Viego lock in. Looks like yes, a Corky and a Viego. Corky, not something you see every day. What do we think about that?
Well, now, I mean, Corky is like part of the new meta right now after he's gotten like a bit of a small rework. So what happens is Corky's very strong in the bot lane, has a lot of burst damage and does true damage now on his attacks and spell blades. So he's gotten very strong, and a lot of people have been playing him in bot lane. So it might be a bit rougher for UMD's bot lane to face him. But the thing is, UMD also has Leona locked in, so Leona is able to have nice engages on Corky. I believe this Poppy, right now I'm thinking that it would probably be Poppy support unless we see something else, but it would make sense that we have Poppy support right now.
Poppy support is actually, I'm not quite sure how the matchup goes, but in theory, it does seem very good against Leona because, you know, you can stop those stuns as she comes in.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, no matter where you're standing, if you're standing close enough to your ADC, it just doesn't really matter. But it looks like UMD is going to lock in this Seraphine pick. Now, Seraphine can either function as an APC in the bot lane or that mid lane flex.
Yeah, I believe Seraphine will probably be going ADC, and it's a very nice counter pick to Corky that I haven't seen it myself, but I look at sometimes I briefly look at win rates and when I'm playing games. I've played Corky a few times, and I would see that Seraphine's a counter, so I guess we'll figure out like why that is, but I believe it's probably due to the longer range that Seraphine has, and also giving the sustainability with other abilities. That means that Corky's not really able to poke as much, and yeah, so I believe the Seraphine's mainly due to like just a counter pick, and it's usually a good overall pick if played correctly.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. The range is going to be an issue, and looking at some of these bans, we are seeing this opposing squad banning. Oh my gosh, please excuse me, banning out this Aatrox, which Aatrox has just always been such a viable, strong, overpowered, etc., champion. So to see him get banned out is honestly not that surprising. And we're also seeing this Olaf and Jhin ban coming out from UMD, just sort of targeting down the two last spots for this possible ADC, because Corky could also flex this mid ADC sort of hybrid thing.
We're about to see a Smolder ban from Western. I really like UMD's. Well, I don't know what UMD's planning to lock in, but that Olaf ban could be smart. Like maybe they want to lock in someone with heavy CC and that's also close range and don't want to get counterpicked by Olaf. So we'll potentially see. I mean, I believe UMD is last. They'll probably last pick their top laner as well, but they probably just want to get rid of a potential Olaf pick. Maybe Western plays Olaf a bit, so I just think it's like a good ban in general, just in case they want to have more options.
Or maybe they just really hate Olaf.
Yeah.
Which is totally relatable. I mean,
but they're gonna pick Jace right now. That should be Krishan Robinson on Jace. We've seen his Jace before, and I believe it. Like he's very decent at Jace.
I mean, with that Arcane buff, I mean,
yeah, he's gonna look even better because Arcane Season 2 Act 1 just dropped.
Go watch it. I heard it's really good.
Yep, it is very good. Oh, but Western is going Malphite here. I mean,
boy,
that's a bit tricky for Jace. But thing is, Jace has both range and melee for him, so it gives him more flexibility to play around Malphite. And I know someone that plays a mean Jace, and every time there gets Malphite, they just sit under tower for a bit and then let Malphite walk up, clear the wave, and then start doing like poking out the Malphite. And
yeah,
I mean, you just have to play this somewhat correctly. And I guess the Malphite here is only really going to be good against Jace, because if Malphite is building armor, we see the rest of UMD is pretty much AP. So that Malphite pick is kind of, I wouldn't say it's like the best pick. It might win you the lane, but I guess the only other time you'd use the Malphite is just for engages.
That is true, but I mean, look, another engaged character that somewhat combos well with the Malphite. We're going to see a Diana likely in, I believe we're probably going to see her in that mid lane.
Yeah.
Viego is going to be in the jungle. Honestly, kind of an interesting pick. You never really see Diana in competitive play just because I feel like she's very hit or miss, you know?
That's true. And also Diana, I don't think it's going to be played very well into... Ooh, I think...
Oh, are we seeing the Draven?
This will be Draven mid.
Yeah,
we've seen Zero Domain do it before, and I really like this pick. They might be thinking, I don't know if Western knows that it's Draven mid, but we know it's Draven mid. And I really like this pick because playing Draven against Diana has to kind of get close. And then when you're close to Draven just does a lot of damage up close. So we'll be seeing, I believe, great kiting from Zero Domain. And I'm really excited to see how Zero Domain pops off against this Diana.
Yeah, if there's one thing Zero Domain likes, it is Draven mid. I can hear the shouts of joy from the other room. It's just, I'm sure he's excited to play his favorite champion. We said Silas was favorite champion? No, I'm pretty sure it's Draven in this mid lane. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we're just going to see this Diana get absolutely smacked without help from the jungler.
Yeah.
That being said, though, UMD is shaping up to have quite the glass cannon squad with the Jace, Nidalee, Seraphine, Draven. All these characters do a lot of damage on their own. The only tanky character is really this Leona. So that being said, if the Wanderers can sort of get on top of UMD before they have a chance to poke / do damage, then they're going to have the edge as well.
Yeah.
So
I believe the great part about UMD's team is have Leona sit in the front line. Seraphine definitely will be in the back line, making sure everyone gets the shields. All they have to really do is get a really nice engage from the Leona ultimate and the Seraphine ultimate, getting the trading together a nice stun into a charm, or probably I guess it would probably be the charm first just to group everyone together, and then probably the Leona stun. And then once that happens, we'll see a lot of like a big Nidalee spear jump in from Nidalee, get all that damage. We'll see a nice shock blast from the Jace. And it'll just be a lot of burst. So UMD is definitely playing against playing on their burst damage. They just have to make sure they get past the. They kind of just have to get past Poppy, Malphite, and Diana. I mean, the only really squishy person on Western's team is Corki, and then, I mean, it's kind of hard to say like how UMD can perfectly play this into Western just by looking at the champions, but Western definitely is gonna be very aggressive. But UMD at that point still has a lot of peel from their champions and sustainability. So this one will definitely be an interesting one. Do you have any predictions? Do you think they'll be doing better or worse than last game?
Honestly, I think UMD's plan is just to play around the Draven. And honestly, it's a very straightforward plan. You just go mid, you go mid again.
Yeah.
You go mid another time. Like, I think Cat with a Gun and Zero Domain are going to be playing very close together this game. And honestly, I think that's just how it's going to go. I think the Draven is just going to get fed. Honestly, we saw it happen before. I'm not sure which game, but
I believe it was like one of the very first.
Oh, yeah. And he's pulling it out again. And if the Wanderers can find a way to counter this, then good on them. But it's going to be up to them to find ways to shut down this Draven early.
Even if, I guess the only way, the best way for Western to shut them down would be get a nice Malphite aura onto him. But I believe Zero Domain already, he locked in this into, they locked this into Malphite, so he already knows what to do. So I guess this time while we're waiting for game, we will be cutting the break, and we will see you when the game starts.
See you guys when the game starts.
I'm Greg, also known as Sind, and I'm an initiator player for the Valorant Premier team.
I'm Kazu, and I go by NJV, and I'm the coach for the team.
I'm Richard, and I go by Pickle Richard, and I'm the duelist player.
Pretty fun. I definitely liked all the guys I was playing with. It's fun to get in the server with them. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge balancing it with other things, but
yeah,
it's definitely something that I enjoy doing a lot.
Yeah, making all the friends that we made through this team, so it really makes me happy. So it's really awesome that we did this.
Yeah, I think I had really fun times on this team. I played well every single game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment was map 5. I think that was a really fun match.
The grand finals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
grand
fun.
final. Yeah.
Remember what map it was?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it was Sunset.
It was Sunset.
Yeah.
And you played Rays.
Yeah, I played Rays.
Yeah, no, that map was really intense. Like, it was super, super hard. The pressure was definitely on. Like, it was super late at night. It was like midnight or
It
something.
was very late. It was very late.
1 a.m. or
Like my favorite one was probably the first match of the season.
Oh yeah.
First time in the studio together.
Oh, in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. It
That
was
was
like
fun.
fun seeing all the Academy boys in the studio. So that was sick. Yeah.
My personal goal is I think I'm gonna try to hit Radiant this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. It's,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely to win Big Ten right now, and then place top 8 in CVAL. That's our goal.
Top 8 CVAL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Ten is definitely the thing I'm most interested in seeing.
Mhm.
I'm not flying out, but hopefully, or the boys do well over
Hopefully
it.
we win.
Where is it?
I-
OSU? Ohio State?
Yeah, in Ohio.
Ohio.
I promise at least second place.
At least second place? I think we can win it.
I think we can win it too.
I think we can.
We gotta
win
be
Big Ten.
humble.
Everyone, yeah, we just don't, we can't get complacent.
Can't get complacent. Never that.
That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Honestly, like unironically, I think Kazu is a very fun person to have in the program as like an emotional leader. Even though he doesn't always, sometimes things can get a little disorganized with Kazu at the helm.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
For as much flack as we give him for being terrible at the game, he's actually
Yeah, if you watch our
He's
games
actually a very
while I play, you'll be surprised. Like, I hear Hallis, this guy, my coach, a lot.
Yeah.
Like a weird amount of times.
But I think Kazu's a great addition for him. I love that.
Yeah, I love
He's
how
great.
You love Valorant.
he's very wholesome.
He is very awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's radiant. Remember that.
I'm ready to remember that.
Yeah, and his timeouts have improved a lot too. As someone who's seen him coach over the last like 2.5 years.
Yeah, I coached
Your
him
old
for a while.
timeouts were.
Yeah, that was when I was
great.
a little baby boy coach.
Yeah, but
Baby
now
coach.
he's improved a lot.
Yeah.
I really like having him as a coach.
Thank you, Gregory. Wow, this is great. We should do this more often.
That's the most praise you've ever heard.
He got an ego boost for free today.
That was awesome.
All right, we are back and we are now in game. So once we get the view there, we'll, I guess, begin seeing what's happening.
Yeah, here we are. We are in this, so to say, so to speak. And we are, in fact, going to see that Draven mid from Zero Domain. I know he's kicking his feet with excitement. But, oh, look at this. The bot lane looking to cause some chaos. Oh, I love the save skip, by the way.
A nice poke out from... Oh, there has been a pause. I guess Topsoon seems to be...
having some technical difficulties.
I guess it seemed like on Western side, Topsoon seemed to be lagging a bit, but they're back now.
Oh, man. Who DDoSed?
Yeah. I mean, they're probably trying to see if they could get away with something.
Oh.
You never
maybe
know.
another pause, or maybe more technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Either way.
I don't know if that's on our end now, but it's only the start of the game, so this is usually, yeah, I guess we're on standby right now, and we're trying to fix it on our end. I guess the pause kind of might have messed up the spectator view, but...
Oh, just kidding. We're back. We're back, squad. A little bit of technical difficulties, and feels like Viet Mike and Superfat Mushroom just kind of want to take this lane as aggressive as possible, but unfortunately, Viet Mike is sort of getting punished for it. Also, everyone say thank you, Observer, for figuring out the technical difficulties. We appreciate you, Observer. I'm making a heart right now with my hands, but you can't see it. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Observer. But yeah, going back into the more important thing, the game. Looks like, honestly, we're not really going to be seeing as fast of a game as we were seeing before. Keyshawn Robinson going in for some poke in the top lane. And
yeah, so Keyshawn Robinson, I mean, he's playing it very well right now. outpoking the Malphite. Malphite definitely going to be looking to keep us hitting Q on to Kashawn Robinson, but also in the mid lane. I guess everyone's just farming right now, trying to get the. We'll probably see a nice engage at level 3 from UMD's. Like, definitely Leona getting level 3 here would be nice. But it all depends on the positioning of the wave. And yeah, so
all depends.
it's kind of like you feel the pressure that Western is experiencing, because if they lose this game, they're now in the I mean, it's double Elam bracket, so they
like
can't.
final death almost.
Yeah, it's almost like they only have one more chance after this if they lose this game. Maryland, on the other hand, kind of. Yeah, they seem comfortable.
Maryland's sitting pretty. They know that they don't have to do anything drastic. They just kind of have to wait for Zero Domain and Super Fat Mushroom on the Seraphine just to sort of get their items. They can just sort of sit back and chill. They don't have to do anything too aggressive, which is kind of directly against their MO.
Yeah. Sam Robinson definitely getting very good trades here. We see that Wu is already low on mana. That's probably where most of the damage on Kashawn Robinson came from, was his Q. Low on mana. Cat with the Gun's going to look to get a nice gank here.
Here comes Cat with the Gun for the gank, slowing with the red buff. We're going to see that spear soon. Oh! That's a bit of a blunder, but regardless, the flash does come out from Wu on the Malphite. So you know what?
I don't know.
We'll take it.
I mean, that could have either been the Wu was buffering, knowing that Cat with the Gun was going to Q, or Cat with the Gun just didn't expect it to get knocked back for that long.
I think they tried to sync it with the knock-up, and unfortunately just did not work out that way, which is kind of funny. But
it still puts Wu a bit behind. Wu was forced to teleport back.
That's true.
Both top laners teleports are now down.
Any advantage you can get is a good advantage in this
Yep, that's right.
war of attrition.
This is definitely a slower start than we saw the last game. Usually that's kind of what happens once.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but here we go.
Oh,
we're seeing the power of Zero Domain.
Mid. Oh yeah, Zero Domain on the Draven mid, going to poke the Diana lane, but Keyshawn Robinson on this Jace is just getting poked down the level up. Oh!
Viego was able to get the first blood, but luckily for Keyshawn Robinson, he didn't die empty-handed. He was able to pick up the kill on Viego.
Oh, what a flash coming out from Zero Domain.
Okay, so now things are starting to pick up a bit.
Yeah, things are heating up. Everywhere on the map except for bot lane, things are pretty chill.
UMD is taking a nice 400 gold lead off those plays. They're basically, makes sense, they're a kill up. Oh, we see Cat with the Gun punishing Viego, taking the jungle. He's probably going to, take the Raptors. Maybe he goes for Krugs, or he's just going to, he sees they're up.
Yeah, this counter jungling. Looks like he's going to go maybe help out the bot lane. A lot of pressure coming out from this Poppy and this Quirky. They know that the Seraphine's out of mana and really cannot retaliate all that much, but
yeah, it seems like Cat with the Gun ran to Wolves. Maybe he'll start pathing downwards. By the time bot lane's back, he'll probably be in position, but also Void Grubs just spawned, so now he's definitely going to go to the Void Grub. Viego's right now on them. Viego's going to get the first one free.
Yeah.
Cat with a Gun, going to try to snipe. Yeah, he's going to spear a hit. One of the small ones. Unfortunately, he cannot go over since he doesn't have the empowered jump and doesn't want to risk going in on that. Yeah. So Void Grubs will be going over to Western. The first three, Western will get pretty freely.
Yeah, direct antithesis to last game where UMD had all the control. And it honestly speaks to maybe that this is a new game plan coming out from the Western Warriors, just realizing like, Western Wanderers, I'm sorry, just realizing like, hey, we need to be on top of these objectives. And as I say that, here comes a fight in the bot lane. Flash comes out from Poppy, traded with the flash from Seraphine, and nothing really happens. But as I say that, more stuff is happening in the bot lane. Zero Domain just sort of getting collapsed on, and that Diana R is going to come out. But the support from both the Jace and the Nidalee on UMD side are going to be able to get the trade. And Lovesick Candy is now sort of fighting this 1v2 in their mid lane. Malphite's here, though, looking to make a difference.
Yeah, so Unfortunately, Zero Domain.
Oh my
died,
gosh.
but, in the bot lane we have more action, and Viet Mike is able to pick up a nice kill. But now,
oh my gosh,
Super Fat
this damage.
Mushrooms left to fend on their own. Luckily, gets out. Corky's out of mana. If Corky was able to get closer, ooh, we're gonna see Cat with a gun. Hopefully, land a nice spear there. I thought it was still in the bush, but he moved over to the other one. I believe he's still gonna be able to transform into the Cougar and jump on him. But
oh no!
Corky used both barrier and flash to escape that. Cat with a gun, looking still, unfortunately, is unable to connect. Meanwhile, Kasham Robinson pushed up under tower. He's low on mana. He's gonna have to. I mean, this is gonna be very tricky for him.
Yeah, a bit of a blunder on UMD's side, but then again, we have seen these blunders happen in the past, and they've just not really amounted to anything. But we're seeing honestly a relatively even game here. I mean, the Western Warriors only being behind by about at 1K, 2K gold at a time. This is a very different from last game, and honestly, I don't know what to expect. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna mess up first, who's gonna make a play. It all seems.
Ooh, we might see a play very shortly in the mid lane as Viet Mike is rotating up here. Viet Mike only level 5, doesn't have the ultimate to engage on that, but this is very good because we see. Ooh, we're seeing Diana was like kind of pressured off, but Viet Mike is gonna get a bit caught out here. Stunned from the Viego and falls. Unfortunate. This dragon will probably be going over to Western, and Cat with a gun does not want to contest this. I mean, that's good because I don't think he would be able to pick that up. Kind of an unfortunate scenario. Also, I thought that Diana would probably be pressured off the cannon wave, or the cannon, but just used the long range Q to get that. So right now it's very even. Both teams are definitely playing this more cautiously, especially Western. Western's kind of playing this how they're starting to play this game kind of how UMD started last game.
Yeah, dare I say that the Western has just sort of learned from their mistakes last game, realizing that they need to get on these objectives, and B, punish Viet Mike for his roams. I mean, you saw him just sort of go back and forth in that mid lane, and he did eventually get caught out. But
and next grubs are spawning in 40 seconds. We're seeing a nice gank here once again. Cat with a gun, but unfortunately, once Wu Q's, once he's able to steal movement speed from Jace, he just has a lot to get out very easily.
Yeah, just honestly, it's so hard to kill a Malphite. He's fast, he's tanky, he's got the ult to get away, which is unstoppable. It's just so hard to kill a Malphite, especially when you don't really have a lot of CC in this top side, the Nidalee and the Jace.
I believe Zero Domain is about to get caught out, but luckily Viet Mike is here to protect him.
Fiesta mid lane?
Yeah, everyone's hovering around the mid lane. They want to. UMD definitely wants to get these grabs. That's why everyone's here. Even Kasham Robinson is TPing to get closer pressure off Western, and Western is going to give these 3 grubs. Probably going to try trading it for the bot wave tower, but I just saw Zero Domain tried clearing the bot wave, but it hit Poppy on the way, so it did not quite reach. He used his Whirling Death, and once it hits another enemy, it retracts. So Corky here is able to pick up a few platings, which is not ideal for Maryland, but at least Maryland gets the 3 grubs. Maryland has to be careful here. I think that this is probably why they know that they're going to get caught out in this bush, because we see...
I'm not too sure how I feel about this play, trading all of your bot side pressure and control just for 3 measly Void Grubs, and the flash from Zero Domain is going to be able to dodge the Moonfall from the Diana, but unfortunately he might be getting too greedy, and he goes down to Viego's Heartbreaker ultimate, and now it's up to this UMD bot lane to maybe find a trade, and even then, I think Western is going to get out scot-free.
Ooh, and Corky's about to pick up another kill on
Oh my gosh, that damage is
Seraphine
disgusting.
Here. Corky got its first kill there. Yeah, you can see the power of Corky, and unfortunately Viet Mike has to also run away. Has to use the flash to get out of that, because that was a very dangerous spot to be in. And yeah, Corky is able to 1v1 pretty much anyone in this game right now.
Oh, the jump getting blocked by the
That
Poppy
was a great
W.
engage, but Poppy is a nice counter to that Leona engage. Nidalee still chasing. Cat with a gun needs to hit a spear here. unfortunately does not connect.
What a massive Poppy W coming out. Like that was such a big W to block both the Leona dash and the Nidalee dash, which just blocked all the incoming damage. And just, Cat with a gun on this Nidalee.
I believe
on top of things like we usually see him.
I believe we could be seeing a stronger game from Terps in the probably in the late game. Once Zero Domain has right now he has Bloodthirster, which is a strong item on him, but I feel like to get past this Malphite, he'll probably be getting like a Lord Dominic's later. So once he gets that, we could definitely see him doing a lot more damage. And I mean, UMD is just getting caught out in a few spots. They think they can turn on them, but it just ends up getting countered every time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Lovesick Candy in this mid lane is playing this so smart. Just knowing when to be up, knowing when to be back, and just capitalizing on these opportunities as this Diana. It's refreshing to see, considering that we were seeing them sort of get caught out a lot last game. And speaking of getting caught out, it seems like Cat with a gun.
Yeah, he nearly got caught out there,
nearly
but
got caught out. Yeah.
Luckily, he was able to disengage pretty easily.
Yeah. What does UMD have to do to get back into this game?
Yeah, so I believe UMD probably just has to do a bit more. I believe once they get a lot of their items complete, they'll definitely be stronger in the team fight. And once I feel like right now, I feel like they have to start farming up a bit more to get those items. Once we get that Leandri's on Nidalee, that'll be very good against the Malphite. And so I believe just pick up some more gold in the jungle and the lanes, and then possibly just group up, get a nice combination with your abilities, and then Maryland should be I believe that's how they get the lead back, but it's a bit harder now since Viego has a lead, and Sean Robinson doing a lot of damage to trade with this Malphite. Cat with a gun.
Oh, the snipe misses.
Hopefully, oh no.
Oh no, the flash is not gonna find anything. You hate to see it.
Kashan Robinson, unfortunately, he missed his Q there, but the Malphite was forced to ultimate away, so his unstoppable force easily getting out of that situation. I mean, it doesn't come with a loss since Kashan Robinson and Cat with a Gun are able to pick up that tower, and Corky and Poppy are currently playing in the mid lane. Both bot laners are in the mid wave. Western will be picking up this tower with the power of Corky and the Grubs, and right now Maryland has to be cautious of Cat with a Gun is right now trying to get this Rift Herald. They have to be cautious, but luckily for them, Viego is all the way bot side in Krugs. I guess they wanted to give this, or they weren't. I don't know.
Who knows? Well, it looks like the Malphite, looks like Wu on this Malphite is going to try to contest it, but the smite comes out from Cat with a Gun, and so that is going to be enough to procure this Rift Herald. And Wu here.
They might be. Oh, they're thinking they could turn on him, but they know that the rest of Western is headed up on their way, so they do not want to get caught out there, which is very smart here. Just get as much gold as you can from objectives and farm, and soon enough, I guess it doesn't even really look like Cat with a Gun has been recalling, because they still have the same items. They did pick up those Ionian boots, giving them a lot of British cooldowns.
Yeah, I mean, this game state is honestly quite precarious for the Terps. Nearly 3K, 4K gold down in this game. Something needs to give. Honestly, they need to wait for Western to make a mistake. Maybe Western goes in too hard and engage. Like we said, that this glass cannon playstyle is definitely risky, but can also come with a massive reward. And it seems like the reward is just slightly out of reach from the Terps. And look at this. I believe we are going to see a top side dive coming in from Western, and I don't think Keyshawn Robinson is aware. I think he doesn't know. Oh, he's unaware. This 3-man dive coming in.
This could end very poorly.
It could end very poorly, and here comes the Wanderer squad. The flash comes out.
Unfortunately, he's unable to react in time. I mean, that was a rough situation for him in the end. He didn't know that Poppy would be there. Poppy definitely keeping him. The Poppy definitely would have kept him in the tower range, and Viego was able to pick up a kill. Yeah, so Kashawn Robinson, it sets him a bit further back, but you have to remember that once, I guess in this case, Malphite's going full armor. We don't see any magic resist on him right now, so I feel like in the later he might have to start building magic resist because of Cat with a Gun and Super Fat Mushroom both being heavy AP champions.
Yeah, this Seraphine and this nearly have to come up huge here.
Yeah, and the downside right now is Viego is the most ahead in this game. He has 5 kills, already halfway done on his second item. It'll probably be Sundered Sky, it looks like. And he has Trinity Force, which, I mean, against like the squishy champions of UMD, besides the Leona, even against Leona, he still has a lot of damage. So it's very hard for UMD to play against this. They have to keep their range. And I guess when they're in the team fights, they have to be more separated since Malphite could easily just get a great knock-up on them.
Yeah, I mean, the Western Wanderers just have so many gap closers between the Diana dash and the Quirky dash and the Viego R dash and the Malphite dash. There's just so much that UMD has to play around, and
this is looking to be UMD the Terps' toughest game ever in the so far in NECC.
Perhaps they got a little bit too, I'm not going to call it just yet, but maybe they got a little bit too brave with their picks, thinking, oh, Viet Mike can tank for 4 people. But look at this 2v2 fight coming out in the top lane. Keyshawn Robinson and Cat with a Gun against Lovesick Candy and WoW, but the TP's going to come in, and unfortunately, I think this is going to spell doom for the UMD top side. Keyshawn Robinson and Cat with a Gun going down.
Ooh, we also see Leona has picked up a Heartsteel. Heartsteel in this game, I guess, I mean, having Heartsteel just indicates that they're probably going to be playing more for the late game, especially at this point. It's already been 20 minutes. Last game, I believe they ended close to 23, 25 minutes. So this game is definitely going to last longer. And I really like how Zero Domain is just farming up, because right now if Zero Domain falls too far behind from dying in fights, he's not going to really be able to carry so much. So Corky
what the heck
is
was
a
that?
bit strong right now.
That was disgusting. I'm sure Super Fat Mushrooms will be feeling that one in the morning. That was quite brutal.
If we look at Cat with the Gun's build, he does have 2 Fiendish Codexes, giving him, I don't know if it's on purpose. I guess, I mean, I don't really know what that builds into, but it gives him more cooldown.
Oh my gosh.
Cooldown reduction. So he probably is just building 2 items at once.
UMD just keeps getting caught out.
That Corky is soloing. I mean, I don't think anyone else got an assist on that. Corky is just destroying everyone. But if Terps unfortunately lose this game, since it's Fearless Draft, they don't even have to ban Corky. Western just wouldn't be able to play Corky anyways, because whatever they pick here cannot be repeated. So even if this is Western's strongest team yet, then that'd be good for UMD. But I mean, so far, it looked like the last game was also UMD's strong team. So the Fearless Draft does have its downsides. And I know Fearless Draft, I can't wait till Fearless Draft comes into the pro scene, because experiencing this in the collegiate scene right now is very exciting to see what's possible in the pro scene. So
yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just boring to see the same 5 or 8 or like 12 champions every single time.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of diversity in the champ selections. Like last game, we had Sean Robinson on Renekton. Now he's playing Jace. Different people say they have like different play styles. So it's very exciting to see. Going back to what's happening in this game, Maryland might be able to get a nice pick here. Oh, a flash.
Oh, the
engage.
flash. And the R comes out, finds both of them. The 5-man collapse from UMD squad, and finally, the Terps have some life in them.
That's what they needed to get a bit closer to closing that gap on Western. A nice kill.
Whoa.
Ooh, I think they're going to go for Baron here, because the 2 are down, so this Baron might be able to get them back in the lead if they can secure it. They just have to be careful, because although 2 are down, Corky still is doing a lot of damage to them. But Kasham Robinson able to stay here and peel off the Corky, making sure Corky and Viego don't get close. Viego is going in on Kasham Robinson while they're on Baron. They're going to turn on him. Ooh, the Leona ultimate misses. Heist is getting out there very quickly.
The flash.
Kasham Robinson unable to make it out. This could be bad for Maryland, as Poppy's getting a nice stun there. Corky is picking up a few kills.
Oh, wow.
But they might be able to get them alpha here before they die, but Cat with the gun unfortunately falls. This is the power of Corky. He's just able to pick up kills if you get too close to him.
Yeah, just unfortunate from the UMD squad. Honestly, I don't think they're showing as much respect as they should be for this Wanderers side. And now Western is just going to get a relatively uncontested Baron. Oh, it's not looking the greatest for the Terps here, folks. Down 10 kills and almost 10k, or sorry, that's not how you do math. About 7k gold at around 23-ish minutes.
And that gold lead is just going to get larger as Western picks up this Baron. Looking back at that last fight, we saw they almost had the Viego, but unfortunately he was just out of range of Viet Mike's ultimate. The Solar Flare was not able to connect, and that let Viego get away and then turn quickly with the Corky. And that's kind of where it all fell apart for Maryland. That was I really liked the call, but I had a gut feeling that even though they're going for the Baron, the rest of Western didn't quite need Poppy and Diana in that fight.
Oh my gosh, another missed spear. It's a Cat with a gun, just missing almost every single spear on this.
He is definitely feeling the pressure.
Definitely feeling the pressure, and Viet Mike is going to pay for his sins by just going down, and that's going to signal a retreat from this UMD squad.
However, when he does hit the spears, it does do a big difference in his fights. Unfortunately, he gets caught out here. We're just gonna have to. I feel like the way Maryland wins at this point is if Western gets a bit cocky, but they're just picking up kill after kill. Here we could see Viego doing a risky move, going under tower here, but he's gonna back up for now. It's kind of looking a bit. I mean, UMD definitely has to sit up straight and start.
And the situation is dire, but Loves the Candy going in with the Diana, going to have to flash out because they fell low. But that's a flash, and that's pressure off of your turrets.
Ooh, Zero Domain has great movement here. He's able to pick up a kill on Corky. That will allow him to get more kills on the rest of the team, as Corky was pretty much their main damage. Corky and Diana are both dead. That's great for UMD, as if they keep chasing this, they'll probably be able to get it. And Seraphine teleporting down, probably going to get a nice ultimate here.
Ooh, two-man ultimate on the Poppy and the Diana. It looks like it's going to be a full team wipe for the Terps squad, and that is what you want to see. Maybe the Terps are going to be able to use this lifeline, honestly, and come back into this game.
This is what UMD needed. Western definitely overstayed there, and we're seeing a lot of hope arising from UMD as they're able to pick up those kills. They just have to make sure that they secure this next dragon in 30 seconds, because if Western gets Chemtexel, they'll be able to. That's really strong of Viego, and they'll be doing a lot more damage when they're in these, when they're getting low, and they'll easily be able to turn more often. But we see Viet Mike and Cat with a Gun preparing to catch out whoever is victim to that walking by that bush.
Yeah, let's try this again.
Oh, Poppy's gonna get caught out here. Very risky blast cone over the wall, and Poppy.
Oh wow, she's going to fall super quickly, and the Quirky caught out of position. But oh my gosh, this kiting and the damage is absolutely insane. Viet Mike flashing to the Quirky, a triple kill for Respite on this Quirky.
Unfortunately, Draven Zero Domain was just not in there. I feel like maybe if Zero Domain was there, he'd probably pick up. I think Zero Domain probably could have got the Corky if he was there, but he knew it wasn't a fight that he should be part of, so he probably started running. I don't remember if he was there when it started or not, but I guess it's good he wasn't there, because if he got caught out with them, then he wouldn't be here to defend.
Speaking of getting caught out.
Oh my gosh. He just,
that was disgusting.
Okay. So it looks like that this game, unfortunately, will be going to Western, and this unfortunately is the Terps' first ever loss in the NECC bracket. So, I mean, a bit disappointing on our end, but we still have a chance to come back in the next game. So
yeah, I mean, definitely unfortunate for the Terps to fall in this kind of game, but let it serve as a lesson. Don't be cocky.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can take the win in the. We'll see what happens in the next game. So we'll be cutting to break, and you do not want to miss Game 3.
Yep. We'll see you guys after the break.
All right, we are back, and we're about to get into the draft for Game 3. And if you missed it, unfortunately, the Terps have lost their first game ever in NECC this season. And right now, this series is tied at 1-1. And since it's a best of 3, whoever wins this next game will be able to move on. And whoever loses, they're not out of the whole tournament yet because it is double elimination. So
Yeah, however, that does mean if they were to lose another game, they would be out of these NECC playoffs and would not be continuing on. So really, not the best feeling ever. So you kind of want to win. But we are going to get into draft here very, very soon. And by very soon, I think I mean almost in a couple seconds. So I know asking a question like, what do you think we're going to see next game is kind of a very open-ended question. But based on what we saw last game, what do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, well, I believe that UMD will probably last time they kind of fell victim to the Corky. Luckily, they don't have to play against the Corky this time, but I feel like the first mistake they made last game was probably leaving a strong ADC open like Corky. I don't know if they're expecting to have that themselves, but right now we could already see what they're doing different. We are seeing Caitlyn, which is a very strong ADC, so that gets them the pressure back in the bot lane, and it looks like, or I guess that's now. That's now the Western Wanderers. So I guess we're seeing Zero Domain on Hui, and Hui, I guess we're getting more back to the mages in the mid lane. Hui is a really good mage. The Wanderers are going Caitlyn, which could be a bit difficult for UMD to deal with, and they went Fiddlesticks, but Cal with the gun might be deciding to go with Xin Zhao, and Xin Zhao is very strong.
I really like this pick against Fiddlesticks, 100%.
And also against the Caitlyn, when Caitlyn has to keep a far range, if Xin Zhao uses his ultimate ability, then Caitlyn won't be doing any damage to him. And Varus is also a really nice champ to counter the Caitlyn with.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
Yeah, we're seeing an Ahri pick from the Wanderers against the Hui. But I feel like, I guess this matchup could go either way. They have very similar playstyles. I guess Ahri, we always talk about this, Ahri is definitely more mobile.
Yep.
But Hui definitely has a much larger kit. And Zero Domain, I feel like he's a really great Hui player. Maybe if he went Hui last game, that game could have gone a bit differently, but he had to get the
yeah, he had to get the Draven worms out of his system, and now that they're out of the system, hopefully he can concentrate more. But we are going to see the Hui, Xin Zhao, and the Varus on the side of UMD, as well as the Caitlyn, Fiddlesticks, and Ahri on the Wanderer side. Honestly, very different drafts from what we're seeing before. We're seeing mages back in the mid lane. We're not seeing any more APCs. But I love this Xin Zhao pick against the Fiddlesticks, and I think that really does match Cat with the Gun's playstyle, because now he can play as aggressive as he wants and can kind of get away with it.
That's right. Meanwhile, we're seeing the next phases of bans coming out. I guess Wanderer is banning. They're still banning. I guess it might be a bit bugged because.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit bugged, but we're seeing a Nefiri ban from the Wanderers, as well as a Lux ban from UMD. Lux, interesting. I guess they don't want to see that Lux-Caitlyn combo, which, honestly, fair. That's a very scary combo.
Especially since Lux support has been in meta. I'm not too sure why the Wanderers were banning Nefiri right now. I guess in case it's Nefiri top lane.
Maybe,
but
possible.
But it kind of seems like not a great use of their ban. We already have the Xin Zhao and Hui locked in, so. But they also banned Aatrox.
Another Aatrox ban.
They always are banning Aatrox. I guess these teams don't really want to see Aatrox in these games. He's a strong carry and can be hard to deal with in the late game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Keyshawn Robinson, regardless of him being behind, is always a strong contender. You really cannot let that man into the game, or else you will have trouble to deal with.
Ooh, and we're going to see a Braum ban from UMD, which is kind of funny because Viet Mike also plays Braum, but maybe Viet Mike is planning on going a different support champion.
Ooh,
and
Karma.
Wanderers are picking Karma here.
Interesting, especially with an ADC such as Caitlyn. I mean, I guess the Wanderers are just really going for this poke bot lane, just trying to out-poke the Varus, which is difficult within itself, but I mean, Karma can definitely do it.
Karma has a lot of great poke, and then at the same time, her shields will, once they happen to get onto Caitlyn, I guess the shields will be very beneficial for Caitlyn lasting longer. But I kind of wonder how Viet Mike is planning on countering this pick here. It looks like he's going to be going Bard here. And I really like the Bard pick because Bard, I've seen, I believe we might have seen Viet Mike on Bard before, but his attacks have been really strong. He's been a really strong support in the past, and also his ability to roam around the map while he can still remain a lead has been very beneficial. And I just want to, now I'm very curious on what's happening in the top lane. And
yep, I was actually just about to say, I think we're going to see an Ornn because they need a tank.
Yeah.
They don't have a tank yet, and Ornn is honestly perfect. But then we're going to see the Gnar pick coming out of the Wanderers, which is, I'm going to assume an Ornn counter because of the range.
Yeah, so what happens is UMD can't, they don't have last pick, so they have to blind pick their top laner, but they go, at this point, they want to pick based off how it will benefit the team, so without worrying too much about who they might possibly be against. But in the pro play, we've definitely seen a lot of like Ornn picked and then Gnar picked after. So it's kind of like usually you pick Gnar to deal with the Ornn, but then it all depends on how you play later in the game, because I believe Ornn could still have, like when he's with the team, he still has the ability to destroy the Gnar. So it's kind of just basically how you play with the team.
Yeah, two very dangerous drafts coming out from both sides in this game 3. A lot is hinging on this game, so this is going to definitely be a very exciting game. I'm very excited to see this, and honestly, it's the first time I've ever seen this league squad go to a best of 3. Yeah, so we're making history, y'all.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see this. But before we get to game, we'll have a small break, so make sure you stick around for when we are in game.
See you guys then. Welcome back, everyone, from that short little reprieve of a break. But we got some news from the outside world. We're actually having a bit of a support substitute for the UMD squad. Viet Mike is subbing out for Lyrex.
Lyrex is subbing in for Lyrex. And the reason for this is because Viet Mike, although he's a great player, his champ pool probably wouldn't have been the best in this game. So having Lyrex in this game gives us the ability to possibly secure a nice W. This is a very tactical move from UMD because although Viet Mike has been warmed up and playing these games, we need the right champion to make sure that UMD takes the win. And I know Destiny Seal, the coach, has been he's very knowledgeable on what to do in these situations. So it was probably a great call from him to sub in Lyrics. And I think our camera cut out, but we'll be back. Okay.
There we are.
But so Lyrics, he's the one that's playing Bard, and I believe the reason for this is maybe the Terps were looking for like a support to be roaming around more. Probably wanted to go Bard, and since Viet Mike's pool probably does, like the rest of the champions, sees a lot of play since it's Fearless Draft. It probably didn't allow him to go the champion that UMD needed, so this allows Lyrics to now step in and take over.
Yeah, pretty simple. But yeah, we are going to see a bit of a swap, and I do not believe he's in the studio with us today, but...
Yeah, so Viet Mike will still be here. He'll be watching over, hoping the best for the team.
Yep.
And these are the players, and Lyrics will, since he's a sub, he'll probably be, I guess he's from playing at home right now. So
yeah, but
hopefully
sometimes
he's nice and comfy.
Yeah, nice and comfy, exactly. You got to be in the zone for a game like this, especially one with so much hinging. Now, as we mentioned before, this isn't, if we lose, this isn't the end of the road, but it just makes everything have a little bit more pressure going forward into this NECC playoffs bracket.
And the game has now started, so shortly we will be seeing the start. And last game, it was a bit of a slow game, so we'll see if the pacing is different now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bit of a pace speed up. I mean, Nidalee compared to Xin Zhao are two very different champions, and
we'll definitely be seeing a lot of more closer up fights. And
100%. I think Xin Zhao is definitely going to be looking for those invades on the Fiddlesticks. You can't let Fiddlesticks get a lead or any sort of ground, to be fair, because they can just run away with it. I mean, you saw what happened last game. So I definitely think that's going to be an adaptation, as well as yeah. Speaking of running away, we are running into the game right now. Yeah, there you see Lyrics on that Bard.
Yep.
Looking good.
I like that skin.
Yeah.
Is that, what skin is that? That's
the astronaut, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess what they're doing right here is just kind of the same. This is what we saw in the last game where both teams kind of just like scout out the same area and then play around it, but there's not going to be any invades happening here. And I guess what we'll see early, I feel like this might also be like a slower game early until we see a jungle gank.
Yeah, probably. But Xin Zhao is really, well known for those early ganks, so I would not be surprised if we see a level 2, level 3, something right off the bat coming out from Cat with a Gun. So keep an eye on him, but also do keep an eye on, I think the things we want to keep an eye on are this top lane and the junglers. I mean, top lane is going to be super volatile with the Gnar and the Ornn, but really, if Keyshawn Robinson gets past top lane without feeding too much, it's going to be pretty good.
And it looks like in the bot lane, we're already seeing a bit of poking from Terps. Lyrics was looking for a stun there, unfortunately was unable to connect, but we can already see the early poke that Lyrics and Varus are doing onto top soon. And that's a nice stun on the Caitlyn. Already out trading the bot lane. This is the power of Lyrics. He stepped in to give the Terps a helping hand, and it's paying off so far in the early game at level 1.
Yeah, and even Zero Domain getting some pretty good trades against Lovesick Candy in the mid lane here. And level 2 is going to be gotten by both of these duos in the bot lane. And it's just a skill shot bonanza.
Yeah, and luckily Lyrics and Super Fat Mushroom are dodging every skill shot, whereas even if Caitlyn and Plopsoon on Karma, even if they're dodging the skill shots, I mean, they still have to deal with the power of the Bard's auto attacks like we just saw there. And it's much harder for them to dodge the skill shots. But now they've kind of closed in the trade there, and meanwhile top blue is pushing into Kisham Robinson. Kisham Robinson staying under tower. Wu was able to scout out the jungle. Notice that Cat with a Gun started in the top side, so that gives the rest of the team the knowledge that he is now clearing bot side, so they can play around that. And yeah, I guess we're just seeing a lot of poking in the bot lane. Mid lane, more or less just focusing on farm, probably getting a bit damage off on each other. when they can. But seems to be another slow start. What do you think about this?
Yeah, another slow start, but I am looking at this mini-map right now, and like I said, keep an eye on these junglers because Cat with a Gun is going into the river right now. It looks like we are going to see a fight.
They spotted him with the
fiddlesticks. Oh, sad.
Yep, so Cat with a Gun gonna get a nice reset, probably get first item component, because he did full clear. Was not able, actually he wasn't able to pick up a scuttle, so he's only able to get 2 long swords here. Both scuttles will be going over to Heist, so Western has complete control over the rivers. They know where Cat with the Gun will be once he steps in the river. And Zero Domain had a very good trade on Ari, but looks like Ari's gonna back up as far as possible, not to get hit anymore, and then teleport back to clear the wave.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, bot lane, Lyrics and Super Mushroom just getting pushed in.
This bot lane is so funny. It's honestly just people throwing things at each other at this point.
Whoever hits it.
But honestly, if it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Lyrics taking a lot of poke from the Caitlyn.
That's something I was skeptical about with this Bard. I mean, Bard, while he does provide a lot of roaming potential and sustain and poke, whatever, he just gets outranged by Karma and Caitlyn both. So it's just very hard to play.
Ooh, and he stepped in a trap, but the protection from his runes comes out and saves him. Guardian coming in handy there. So now, what I expect to see is, I mean, bot lane just getting pushed up a bit, but right now I'm seeing Fiddlesticks invading a Cat with a Gun's jungle. That's not something you want to see if you're rooting for Maryland, because this is setting Cat with a Gun a bit behind. He didn't get both any scuttle at all. Fiddlesticks got both.
Bit of trading in the mid lane. Loves the candy thrown at the charm, just to see the effects of it.
I feel like Cat with a Gun is getting a bit tilted. He's unable to get these scuttles and able to get his own raptors.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say, I think maybe Cat with a Gun getting a bit overconfident last game may have affected him mentally. And look at this top lane. The damage from the Gnar is huge. And down goes Keyshawn Robinson on the Ornn. That was
yeah.
Wow.
He got hit. He got stuck under tower range, stunned forever. The ultimate from Gnar. But meanwhile, Cat with a Gun is able to sneak this dragon. They don't expect him to be on it because they think he's probably he probably like wants to card or something, but he just decided to sneak this dragon and it's working out.
Yeah, and
but
finally.
He has to make sure that, I wonder if he's going to go contest the grubs after this. I mean, he has some prio as Gnar is backing, so he might head over, probably pass by mid, get a bit damage off there. We have both supports roaming to these grubs, so this is definitely something they're trying to fight for.
Yeah, both supports definitely looking for these grubs. These grubs are just so important to the game. I mean, doing more damage to more towers just means more money, which in turn means more items, which in turn means easy game, easy life. So it's such an important objective, and even without the top prio, I think the Terps are just going to go for it, and it looks like they're doing pretty well.
Grease Pipe might be looking to snipe this with a Q, but no.
Yeah, I think he's just going to smartly decide to back off.
6 has 6. We could see him ult over the wall for this.
It's true.
Right now, Cat with a Gun is all alone as the Bard headed back to bot lane. This is going to be a bit of a disaster for Cat with a Gun.
Yeah, his team just sort of abandoned him after getting the previous Void grabs. And 2 are going to go to UMD, and 1 is going to go to Western Warriors.
Oh, Lyrics unable to secure that kill at the end there, but he was doing a lot of damage to Caitlyn. That just shows. I mean, Bard is also a scaling champion, so once he picks up more chimes, that's the Respite is just gonna have to deal with that a lot more. And yeah, I guess Bard. I wonder how many chimes he needs to be able to get like a lot of his damage. Here we're seeing a big engage from Ornn. Ooh, a nice secure from Zero Domain, able to pick it up with his long range ability. And that's gonna, I mean, that kind of puts Zero Domain ahead of the Ari. He is only 2 CS behind, and he's able to catch this wave when he gets back to lane.
Yeah, very well played from Zero Domain, just knowing where he has to be at the exact right time. And honestly, it's probably a good thing that the money goes on him for this. I mean, Zero Domain has always been a very consistent player.
Even last game, when the team was behind, he was still performing really well.
That is true. Oh no, the ultimate again from the Gnar. Keyshawn Robinson.
Luckily, Keyshawn Robinson was not stunned into a wall that time, so he's able to get out very easily.
Yeah, that time specifically.
Last time he was stunned under a tower. Was not able to get out of that.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, this bot lane just shows the absolute domination of Caitlyn. Not only does she have the arcane buff, but she also has just like constant poke, constant pressure against the opposing bot lane. And it results in situations like this, where you're shoved against your turret and the Caitlyn is just constantly taking plates from
Zero
you.
Domain almost got another kill. That ability on play is very strong.
Yeah, I mean, that Spiraling Desire, that ultimate is just so strong. The slow and the damage is just, it's so brutal. But luckily, Ari, Lovesick Candy, having that ult to sort of just, you know, run away and live another day. That's all you have to do, but disengage.
Tempered Fate going on to Caitlyn.
Oh, the damage is huge from the Varus. And Lyrex going after this Caitlyn, but unfortunately, she's going to live, but no.
Pick up the kill to end.
But no, she's going to go down and down.
It looked like she was out for a second, but now Xin Zhao, Cat with the Gun's able to pick up a double kill. That was, I mean, I guess his W went past whoever was in the front line there and got onto the Caitlyn, and Lyrex placed the portal there perfectly, trying to secure the gap at the end there.
Yeah, Lyrex scared me there. I thought he was just going to go in for fun, but it seems like he was the man with the plan, and Zero Domain and Cat with a Gun being there just to pick up those 2 kills, and that swings the gold in favor of UMD, and you got to be feeling good about that.
Yeah, right now, if you're rooting for UMD, they seem to have the stronger team as of now. It all just depends if they can
knock on wood,
keep this lead that they've created for themselves. It's only 300 gold, but morale is definitely high after that play. Xin Zhao probably closer to, he definitely has more kills than Fiddlesticks, I believe. So, I mean, he has 2 out of 3. Oh, he just got 2 out of the 3 total. I forgot who got the. Oh yeah, it was Wei who got the other kill. So, I mean, Cat with a Gun and Zero Domain are both very strong right now. The only person with kills on Western is Gnar, but I don't think
but as we say that, out comes the Fiddlesticks ultimate and down goes Super Fat Mushroom on that Varus.
Yeah, the Fiddlesticks ultimate is definitely something to watch out for. As but here Fiddlesticks doesn't have anything up since he just used it, and Cat with the Gun should be getting a free kill here.
Come on, Cat with the Gun. Nice dash, and down goes the Fiddlesticks.
Yep. We saw the ultimate come out. Ooh, the ultimate out from Wei.
The Spiraling Desire. Oh, Zero Domain. The damage is insane. Oh, the TP into the kill. You got to be feeling good if you're on UMD's side. Even if you're Super Fat Mushroom going down there, honestly, you're going to say worth 2 for 1. You're going to say, I baited that. All me.
And UMD should be able to pick up their 5 total grubs here, since one of them already went over to Western. They should be able to get these 3, since Fiddlesticks isn't even going to contest this, but they might have to run the dragon if they want to secure that. I'm not sure if Fiddlesticks is planning on getting that in the state he's in right now. But we saw a TP coming out from Orin into the bot lane, getting a nice kill on the.
Oh, the flash
gonna have to ultimate
the snipe?
The snipe? Oh, he is rooted by the Karma, is unable to hit the ultimate.
But it doesn't even matter.
Luckily, Varus able to get a kill on Karma. Not the worst. But I feel like the Caitlyn probably would have been more gold, so if they got both of them, then
honestly, I think you'll take whatever you can get, especially if you're this UMD squad. 6-3, but barely even up in gold. Honestly, just goes to show the kind of work that this Gnar is putting in top lane, even though the gold is relatively spread across the UMD's team.
Yeah, the reason for the gold being higher, it looks like the reason why Western has more gold is probably because although Cat with a Gun is up in kills, he is unfortunately down in CS, but I feel like picking up kills right now is definitely better, as it sets the other players behind in the long run.
Totally agree. And I mean, most of these players are actually You know what? We'll talk about this later because this is more important. Oh, Lyrex with the double tempered fate from Bard, and it looks like the UMD squad is going to gun it for this fiddlestick. Oh, hello, guys. Pick up the kill. Yep, there we go. All right. And now they're going to go on the hunt for this Karma and the Gnar.
Yeah, Lyrex canceled Gnar's back. Zero Domain's getting caught out a bit, but Cat with the gun is able to pick up that kill. Zero Domain is in trouble as he dies to Karma, getting stuck there with the CC from Karma and Ari. But meanwhile, everyone's going in on
the Bard.
with the charm out from Ari. Is able to pick up a kill, but a nice ultimate from Cat with a gun, able to dodge damage from Ari. Meanwhile, I guess, yeah, they can't really finish off Ari there as Ari is now in the tower. But I'd like to point out early in that fight when we saw the Tempered Fate from Bard, when he ultimate the Fiddlesticks and Gnar, what happened was Orin dashed out of it. So that was great that Kisham Robinson also didn't get hit by it, because then he was able to set up a potential kill angle, and that just grew the lead for UMD. They're only up 1k gold now, but they are also up 5k kills.
Yeah, things are looking good for the side of UMD, but you do have to remember that this Fiddlesticks on the side of Western does scale incredibly well. So the team fights, especially with this Gnar Fiddlesticks combo, you're going to have to watch out for them as we progress into this late game. So while UMD is doing well for themselves right now, things could very well change. You got to be on your toes.
Yeah, right now I believe Gnar is the only. I guess right now you just Gnar and Ari are the two furthest ahead on Western's team, since the Ari has been farming well, hasn't died, and Gnar has 2 kills. But Xin Zhao has 6 kills. Cat with a gun is definitely going to be very strong later, and his all-in is just going to probably destroy whatever Western has to give him. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen like next, because Western is probably going to play it a lot safer now that they've fallen behind, but they still have the power of Gnar. Once we might see a potential Western turnaround if they get a great Gnar ultimate. We've seen it before in pro play, where fights are pretty much decided by one big Gnar ult. But as of now, UMD is also not playing it too risky as they might be like in other games that they've been in.
Yeah, while the Terps might not be up terribly well in gold, you do have to admit that they've been playing this objective game very, very well. 5 Void Grubs, 2 Dragons, 1 Rift Herald. Oh my.
The only objective they lost so far was that one grub.
Yeah, and the Scuttle Crabs, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, well, and also both, like, neither team has lost a tower, so UMD still could potentially play for this first tower gold. But
Zero Domain.
Zero Domain gets all in from the Fiddlesticks with the ultimate.
Oh, the Tempered Fate.
Storm able to sphere him.
Yeah, and you know,
Kisham Robinson trying to pick up a kill on Ari, but just gets charmed, unable to chase. It's a bit slower than Ari. Ari does have that mobility.
Yeah, but it looks like with Cat with a gun being here with that Rift Herald, it looks like they're going to try to hard pressure this bot lane.
Meanwhile, Lyrex is getting a bit caught out by the Karma, but a nice ultimate from Kisham Robinson forces Karma to flash.
Oh, look at this aggression coming in. The Crescent Guard coming out from Cat with a gun, chasing after the Karma, chasing after the Caitlyn, caught by the Chains of Corruption from the Varus, and that's the bot lane going down for on the side of Western, and now Terps are going to push forward with the just barely hanging on Rift Herald, going for another charge. Oh, how perfect. What a perfect Rift Herald from UMD, and the Ari barely hanging on 1 HP, going to get out with the Spirit Rush. But this
Gnar is able to pick up a nice shutdown on Cat with a gun there. Unfortunately, Ari did live with 1 HP. I know Cat with a gun really wanted that one. Ooh. Luckily, Zero Domain's out. Oh, they probably... Nah, they had to run because Ari
comes the Ari.
TP'd in. But they are still able to pick up some remaining kills that they have not gotten before. Lyrex, a smart move running. No point of staying behind. I know like in some supports might try staying till the very end. Lyrex is very smart there as he's on 1 HP.
Yeah, just realizing that he has to run for the hills. It's not worth losing his life over.
But that's still very worth for Maryland. I mean, I guess the downside is they gave a few shutdowns, but that could empower Western a bit, but luckily they were able to pretty much clear all of bot lane with that one Rift Herald, except they did not get the inhib.
The good thing about clearing bot lane to that point is that someone is going to have to be watching that wave almost near constant. So honestly, good play from UMD to realize, like, hey, we have to take action in one of these lanes. Doesn't matter which one, it just has to be one of them.
Yeah, and Maryland right now is in a great position to potentially get this third dragon. We'll have to see if a big fight breaks out for this. This might be a dragon that I guess Western really wants to fight this dragon, so Maryland has to act quick because it's already dropping. Ooh,
Oh my
nice
gosh!
Tempered Fate from Lyrax.
A massive 4-man ult is going to result in a lot of flashes being dropped to get out of harm's way, and in comes Super Fat Mushroom with the Varus to just take down 2 members, and that's crazy because that's a 4v5.
Yeah, and I saw Kashawn Robinson's ultimate did cancel out Heiss's Crowstorm. That could have gone very badly for UMD if the Fiddlesticks ultimate was able to land, but luckily Kashawn Robinson had a great ultimate to cancel that.
Wow,
So,
what an amazing... Lyrax on the Bard. Lyrax on the Bard. It seems to be the linchpin of this entire match.
That was the best engage we've seen all game.
4-man Tempered Fate.
This is definitely a very different mood from last game, since we're able to see Maryland. It's kind of like similar to how they're performing in their first game, if not a bit more organized. But I guess even though they're a bit more organized, it's still closer than the first game was, because Western at the same time is learning from the mistake of the first game. So we'll have to see if Western is able to make a comeback. Currently, Maryland is 2k gold up. They are looking to get vision control around this Baron.
Yeah.
We could potentially see a Baron fight very shortly.
Yeah. UMD has a lot of control on this map. The mid turret still being up for UMD just allows them to just... honestly, just gives them so much more space and just takes a lot of space away from Western Wanderers. And it allows them to just... actually, wait, the turrets are up on both sides. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I was making a point, I swear. But honestly, UMD looks like they are going to... looks like their next objective is going to be this mid turret, which is smart because then they can just sort of crack open the rest of the game.
Yeah, getting mid towers is definitely crucial in this game, because once you get rid of that mid tower, it allows you to go further into the jungle without... I mean, it also makes it so that Western is unable to go in their own jungle.
Oh, but Keyshawn Robinson here getting slowed, getting caught out by the Nard, going to flash away, but unfortunately it looks like he's still going to be chased, but that does not matter if UMD is just going to engage on the other side of the fight. Cat with the gun with the Xin Zhao Crescent Guard ultimate going in and taking down 3 with the assistance from Super Fat Mushroom on that Varus.
I love how Cat with the gun was just standing in the Crowstorm the whole time. He was not taking that much damage from it. He's just whacking the Fiddlesticks with his spear. Able to pick up a nice, that's 3 kills for UMD. They're going to look for, I guess Zero Domain's going to try looking for this top tower here. They're not quite at the point where they want to get Baron yet. It would be a bit risky as the respawn timers for Western are a bit low still. But that was a great fight for UMD and just puts them even further ahead.
Yeah, UMD 17 kills to 8, 42.1k gold to the 36.7k gold that Western do have on their side, and it's looking really good, knock on wood in the studio as I say that. It is looking good for this Terp squad, but now they have to figure out what is their next move. Do they go for the Baron? Do they look for a mid push? Do they decide to push out top lane and get this top turret? It really depends on what the Terps decide that will dictate the rest of this match.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, since both mid towers are down, Maryland has the ability to sit in the jungle, potentially to catch someone out. But it looks like they're also going to be playing around Baron here. We know Nara's bot lane. They probably, I don't know if they see Fiddlesticks bot lane, but Fiddlesticks currently recalling probably realizes that he doesn't want to be bot lane. Needs to buy his items, prepare to potentially defend Baron if Maryland goes for it. Right now, Cal with the gun looking at this Ahri, might get a nice engage. He does, but his E is now down, so he can't get on her quite yet.
Oh my gosh.
Double charmed, but able to knock her up. Ari, Spirit Rush is coming out. Gonna play around these walls perfectly. That was a great use of Spirit Rush there, just to weave in and out of the jungle. And it's gonna go back in. The Sterax out from Cat with a gun.
Oh, the Crescent Guard comes over to the perfect time and saves Cat with a gun from an untimely demise. But here comes the Varus Chain of Corruption, as well as the Tempered Fate. Oh, and the Caitlyn gets absolutely exploded.
That was, I mean, that could have been bad because the Lyrex ultimate had very best synergy with the combination that was occurring there.
Right, but apparently it doesn't really seem to matter because now they can look towards this Baron, which is the prize of any team looking to end a game.
This Baron should be going to Maryland. The only thing they have to watch out for is if Western does decide to come through with Fiddlesticks Pro Storm, but it looks like Western's going to be a bit slow to rotate here. They're still going to go for it. Hopefully they spot the Fiddlesticks.
They're trying to get the Fiddlesticks through vision, but Lyrex on this Bard.
Yeah, Lyrex is doing a great job making sure Fiddlesticks does not have the ability to even think about ulting over.
Yeah, that's going to be the Baron going over to the UMD squad. And now look at this fight going on. Lyrex. Oh, the Ari. Oh, she has the Spirit Rush, and the Charm comes out, and Cat with a Gun goes down. And this Ari is just going to be able to kite for ages and ages and ages. Oh, but the Flash!
The Flash is about to pick up the kill.
Ooh.
Oh,
he's out of mana. It's just one more melee.
They have to be very careful here. Just one more auto attack, and it doesn't.
Oh my gosh, but the Ari trades out.
Unfortunately, the Ari combo is able to finish off Zero Domain. He just needed that one bit of mana left. He probably could have waited for Bard, but this dragon is going to go over to Western, giving them one dragon when I guess this is Maryland's on soul point, so if they were able to get this dragon, they would have soul, but unfortunately it's going to go over to Western.
Honestly, you'll take it. I mean, you got a Baron, a bunch of kills, a bunch of money, and now you have the threat to end this game, and all for what? A dragon? Okay.
Yep, and it's Cloud Drake. It's not like it's going to... I mean, they'll just be a bit faster. I guess it could be more of an issue like when trying to run away, like how the Ari is always running away.
Oh.
But
that's like her thing, though.
Yeah. I mean, Love Sick Candy is playing it very well on Ari. I liked when they're weaving around the walls with the ult. That's very a great way to avoid
very well played.
But we still, 3 of UMD players still have the Baron buff, so we're seeing a nice push in the mid and top wave.
Yeah, this two-pronged attack. Western are gonna have to figure out which fight they want to take more, and it looks like they're posturing around top lane. But they also they're so far behind. It's possible they might just be waiting for UMD to do something dumb.
Yeah, and looks like UMD is trying to get a nice pick here. Cat with a gun going in on Karma. I feel like it's kind of like a risky move for Cat with a gun to play around that wall, especially without seeing Varus. I mean, not Varus, Fiddlesticks. Zero Domain, able to... I mean, all 3 lanes are pretty much pushing to Western's base. So this is preparing the Terps for a nice fight to break out.
That damage from the poke Varus is so... not exactly poke Varus, but from lethality Varus is so crazy. And now it's going to be up to Western to defend against the onslaught of UMD with this Baron buff.
The Baron buff only here for 20 more seconds. A nice engage from Lyrex. Gets the... Ooh,
good flash, good heal from the Caitlyn, and out comes the Crow Storm from Howls on this squad of Western. But unfortunately, the Chains of Corruption from the Varus are going to get like 4 players in it, and the massive damage that comes out is just comical.
Ooh, the shield on Varus able to keep him at 1 HP. And let's get a replay of that. As we see a nice... I guess we saw more of the end of the fight, but ooh, Super Fat Mushroom able to miss that, but yeah, I guess
that's gonna be it. Like that was
the winning fight.
That felt very anticlimactic, but you know what? Like that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's what Maryland needed, and they got it. And that's game 3. Luckily, Maryland's able to secure the dub. And although they lost the last game in game 2, they are still undefeated in the overall tournament. And I guess our camera is. Well, all right, we're back.
There we are.
All right, so thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week in I believe it'll be the next bracket. So
yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace
Bye.
out. my goats.